We all seem to be striving for maximum productivity and minimizing procrastination, and if you find it hard to turn off your Instagram and get your project written up, you do not stand alone. But what if I told you that there is a simple way to make procrastination and putting tasks off for later benefit you in ultimately becoming more productive and getting that task done? Now, I don't really think that there is one magical bullet solution to all of your procrastination problems, but I do think that stacking up little tips and tricks here and there can really compound together to make a significant difference to how you work and what your output is. In this video, I will be talking about a simple trick that I use to make me more likely to complete tasks that I really don't want to do. I particularly like discussing the connection between motivation and procrastination because there seems to be this generally accepted consensus that those people who procrastinate must not have enough motivation. And where I disagree with this is that if you use procrastination right, you might actually be fueling your motivation to get things done. The reason that this works is that our brains love cliffhangers. You might have experienced this when you just have to watch that next episode of a show, or you really want to find out who won this program that you watched 2 months ago, or when you have to watch my videos to the very end. Neuroscientists and psychologists have really explored this phenomenon of taking a break from work, and they've come up with different names to refer to our brain's reaction to it. It's called things as attention residue, cliffhangers, and my personal favorite, long-term potentiation. But they all basically describe the same thing. You start a task and then you just let it be, intentionally. You create a cliffhanger for yourself, and this will make you subconsciously really want to finish that task. Now, if you're thinking that this is not going to work the same way as it did for Game of Thrones for your high school essay, you're actually quite wrong, because they had quite boring tasks given to these participants in experiments. Participants in these studies were twice more likely to recall unfinished tasks as they were finished ones, and even once they were done, they were twice more likely to remember the tasks that were initially interrupted. Our brains really favor cliffhangers. So by forcing ourselves, or let's be honest, by letting ourselves stop a task, we are actually fueling our motivation to want to get that task done and increasing the amount of attention our brain is paying to that task. So practically, the way that I implement this is that if you have a task that you really do not want to do, but you have to get done, don't procrastinate before you've even touched it, but do one small step and stop then. For example, if you have an essay to write, just take a piece of paper, write down the title of the essay, and leave it on your desk. If you have a project to complete, create a folder on your computer with the name of that project and just leave it there, open. If you have a book that you have to read, buy it and put it on your bedside table next to you. If you have a long, complicated email that you want to send, create a draft with just the sender's name and the subject title. You might actually develop a need to just want to get this thing finished. And if you're going to procrastinate anyway, you might as well do it a few seconds after you've started. I've honestly found that this has really helped me in organizing tasks that I just really don't want to do. Hopefully, if you try this out in the long term, it might be one of those small things that helps you be more productive overall. As always, I hope this was informative. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day.